All right, problems 5, 6, and 7. Given f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 1, and g of x is equal to the square root of the quantity 2x minus 3, find and simplify the following function operations. So number 5, we have f of x minus 2. So our input has changed from being just x to now we have that expression x minus 2. So we're going to say 2 times the quantity of x minus 2 squared plus 1. Now we just need to simplify our new expression. We're going to start out with order of operations. We're going to go ahead and square the binomial. So our 2, nothing's happened to it yet, right? And when we FOIL this out, we're going to have x squared minus 4x plus 4. And then we still have that plus 1 afterward. Now, if you're not sure where that came from, I mean, it's the same thing as if I set up a generic rectangle on the side, right? And I took it, I did x minus 2 times the quantity of x minus 2, or if you FOILed it, or however, which way you wish to do it. Next, we're going to need to take it, we're going to need to distribute that 2 through that trinomial. So we should have 2x squared minus 8x plus 8. And then we still have our plus 1 afterward. And then we just need to put it all together. We're going to have 2x squared minus 8x. And then 8 plus 1 should give us 9. So our function f of x minus 2 should equal our 2x squared minus 8x plus 9. All right, moving on to number 6. Now we're going to do f of g of x. If we looked at it the way it is, right, we would just say here g of x is our input. So we would be doing 2 times our g of x squared plus 1. Okay, but that doesn't allow us to do much here, so we're going to use the fact that g of x is really equal to the square root of 2x minus 3, and we're going to substitute that into the expression. So we're going to say 2 times our square root of 2x minus 3. That's all being squared, and then plus 1. And as we look to simplify, our 2x minus 3 is being we're having the square root taken, and then we're squaring it, so they're inverse operations, which should just leave us then with 2 times the quantity of 2x minus 3 plus 1. So after we distribute our 2, we should have a 4x minus 6 plus 1. And in the end, our f of g of x should equal 4x minus 5. That is our answer for number 6. And the last one for this section, number 7, we have f of negative 1. So since this one, we have an actual input value, we're going to say f of negative 1. Let's figure out what the value of that is first. So we're going to say 2 times negative 1 squared plus 1. So we know negative 1 squared is 1, and then when we multiply it by 2, we should still have 2. So we should have 2 plus 1, which should give us 3. Now that we know that f of negative 1 is really equal to 3, let's substitute the 3 in its place. So now we have f of 3 should equal 2 times 3 squared plus 1, which we know is going to be 2 times 9 plus 1. So 18 plus 1 should give us 19. So f of negative 1 should give us an output of 19, and that is our answer. If you have questions, make sure you mark them down, bring them to class. Thanks for watching.